afternoon, wherever you find yourself. A political moment of facts. This evening, we're coming to talk about NDC just ended 10th Delegate Congress at Accra Sports Stadium, both Accra Sports Stadium and Cape Coast. Incident I see here, and near my see wo and in someone pennyphone be Eddie Ababato amansan anim no. Eno na ye pese etiefo ye ne moche nsem ni bi. Pennyphone bi nso akasa. Obi ti se Kennedy Agyapong ono so wakasa. Na ede na okan ni nyina ye bebo amamatie. Yes, indeed. Ghanaians and the whole world, we are in economic difficulties. But I don't know if it is economic mismanagement that has, engulfed Ghanaians to reach this kind of pedigree in terms of the hardship. I don't think so, because we all know in this world that, things are not easy. Things are not easy at all. And for that matter, no, yentimi nka se aban bia a wote so no ne niema bia wa yentina ama oman ko no economy no aye ne etie no. Yes. But you see, sometimes what's all can be more or chita for boy and some mountain, These are some of the things. Let's continue to listen to them.
On behalf of the newly elected National Executive of the National Democratic Congress, and on my own behalf, want to thank the good people of the National Democratic Congress for entrusting these leadership positions to us. It shows the confidence the party has in us. We don't take this confidence for granted. We see it as a call to duty. The nation Ghana is in crisis, and the party National Democratic Congress is at the crossroads. We are going to go into a difficult election, the first of its kind after the demise of our founder. What we need most is unity. We pledge on behalf of myself and on behalf of the newly elected executives that in the coming days, our first assignment will be to work to unite the party and bring everybody who could not be endorsed today on board, even as we march forward to defeat the elephant and set the nation on the path of progress and prosperity again.
Yes, that is a seed in Ketia for you. I really like this section of his address, because whenever we go into election, it is lose and win. One will win, one will lose. So those people that lost, it is upon the newly executives or the newly elected leaders to bring all of them together and work as one. It's a good call. But we're going to listen to another session of his speech. That is where the problem lies. Let's go and listen to that.
This morning, well, rather, the morning of yesterday, I had the opportunity to thank the good members of this party for entrusting to me the position of the General Secretary of the party for 17 solid years. The event that have happened today indicate that the National Democratic Congress is not done with me yet. I see this election as a call to duty. The duty is enormous. The opponent has imposed on us the duty to resist, because it's been said that wherever impunity becomes law, resistance becomes a duty.
So in the first place, they're always trying to prepare your mindset. You see, their speeches always curve you, mold you in such a way that you perceive some negativity towards your opponent. Where on earth that your political opponent is your enemy? Where? Your political opponent is not your enemy, but rather your opponent has a different view. The way you perceive things, it differs from the way the opponent, the other political parties perceive things. Policies, ideas differs. So you don't create a room or environment for your followers to, understand in a context whereby your political opponent is your enemy. This is wrong. You were giving a nice speech, bringing people together. You've spoken about unity. Now you drawing the conclusion around speculations. Where on this that your political opponent created an environment of enmity. There's no situation like that in Ghana that you need to stand to resist. What are you resisting? Are you resisting the opposition's view or the opponent views? Resisting means what? What are you resisting? What oppressors rule in policies? You brought your green book policies, telling Ghanaians that you built all roads in Ghana. We went to the green book, and those roads that you mentioned, there is no way that those roads were made in the green book. But yet, people did not stand against you. They did not resist until Kukrumutino took you off the party or from the power. So let's continue to listen to Esedin Ketia.
Looking at the array of the national executives elected today, I have no doubt in my mind that the party wishes us to carry the battle to the homes of the elephant.
Who are the national executives he's talking about? And what battle? Because these are the people, the newly elected peoples, including Azoka, Fifikote, Hanabisiu, Barbara, Asamoah, Dr. Aite Sherry, and Co. Opare Ado, and Co. These people carry no morals, because their public utterances are dangerous, are very, very dangerous. But yet still, these people talk about it. So I'm not surprised it's in the public domain telling the whole delegate people that this crop of people, the leadership that they've elected, are the leadership who are going to carry the mantle, carry the battle, like we're going to the war. So they should entrust them.
I will do just that. We cannot let the party down, and we cannot let our country Ghana down. The 2024 elections is not only an election for the sake of the National Democratic Congress, but more importantly, it is an election to regain the independence of this country. As our forebears sacrificed to win independence from the colonial governments, we believe that it is our time to continue the fight to win the second independence of Ghana. The path will not be smooth, but we will stand up to the challenge. And we are prepared to sacrifice everything. And I mean everything, including our lives, to make sure that this country is delivered.
This is the segment I wanted my viewers and listeners to hear. Asiedin Ketia talking about we are prepared to sacrifice even our life. If you are sacrificing life, you are sacrificing your blood. There's no surprise in whatever he said, because you see, there is a notion that is going around which people believe, and most especially the NDC followers. They believe that come 2024, if the Electoral Commission is to come out to declare winners of that election, it must be NDC. I don't know where this kind of ideology is coming from. I don't know. You see, the mere fact that the world, including Ghana, is facing some kind of shakings, turmoils, economic turmoils, economic dysfunctions. The problem in our economy, inflation is rising, cedi depreciation. Our GDP growth is coming down, negative growth. And now Ghana is even having a domestic debt exchange. Our Eurobond crashing. Now Ghana is in IMF trying to gain some grounds. Yet, NDC perceive that they can win. I don't know what they have done. They believe that they are like better alternatives. I'm not fighting for MPP. But see, sometimes let us drop back and sit back to assess all these kind of utterances, so that it does not come to a point of time whereby if these people experience what they did experience 2020 and 2016, because in Ghana, it has never happened that any party has ever break the 8. So they believe that 2024 is their trend, because all evidence do not support any political party breaking 8. President Rawlings lost to President Kufuor, whereby at the time Rawlings era, second era was, coming to an end. There were a lot of economic turmoil, whereby NDC, Rawlings went to IMF several times. Kufuor, that made Kufuor took Ghana back to IMF and made our policy to be forgiving through what is called HIPIC. Because the debt that we were owing the IMF was too much. Our debts were too much. So IMF had to forgive us. So they gave us HIPIC as a policy. That's why Kufuor got a lot of chances, making the maternal health care, building schools, roads, and everything, infrastructures. At the time Kufuor's second term was getting to an end, Kufuor experienced a crash in economic management. So these same NDCs did a lot of propaganda that could not make NPP sustained the 8 or break the 8. And we all testify, we know in Ghana politics that when Evans Atamils came to power and picked from Kufuor, things were a little bit better, a little bit. But when John Mahama took over, till the time that we voted him out on 2016, Ghanaians slept in darkness for almost 4 years. 4 good years. From 4 to 5 good years. Ghanaians suffered a lot of economic hardship, which even made the president made mention of a goat syndrome. That he's like a dead goat. All these things came into play. Ghanaians suffered under Mahama very well. But because of propaganda, people are to believe that Mahama made a lot of infrastructure. Well, every president or party, when they come to power, at least they build something. But not as to compare to MPP. Looking at the situation currently that is going on right now, I don't think there is NDC is an alternative to MPP right now. Even though Ghana is in the hardship. Even though Ghana is in the hardship. Before Kufuor was leaving office, the cedi as against the dollar was 1-to-1. 1-to-1. I am a testimony to that. 1-to-1. But Mahama and NDC came to power. It jumps. You understand? So it is not agreeable. Say NDC is the better alternatives. And this crop of the newly elected executives, all that they know to do is insult. Insults. You see, Ghanaians must move away from politics of insults. We need to bring brains together and digest and talk about policies. That is what Ghanaians need to understand. Not insult. Esiedun Ketia insult. Dr. Hanabisu insult. Fifi Korte insult. Most of the executive Azoka insult and violence. That's all. But I do subscribe and I do succumb to what Honorable Kennedy Agyapong also say. Let's listen to what Kennedy, because Kennedy has come to trash whatever Esiedun Ketia said. And he's reiterating the fact that we should not panic. We should not even be afraid of NDCs. And indeed, yes, nobody's afraid of NDC. You just have to put all your system right. Get your machines that will help you to collate. That's it. Put better people in positions, in places that they can be vigilant. Look at what is going on. Count, but you're counting what lose, you're counting what we need. Stop this kind of violence in Ghana. Some of us wish second is a then we reform another party that will stand the test of MPP. We have friends, good friends, buddies in NDC, but they are there, which we cannot begrudge them. That is the opinion. The opinion are fine, but the leaders, you see, currently, almost say NDC party are the leaders. The leaders are destroying the party. Madamfo, our woman money din. It's all lending. Madamfo, NDC nipa. Bebre wa metima bomuti. I'm not gonna mention them. Very fine gentlemen. I love them and I like them. But they are there because that is the opinion. But you have such leaders that come to the public domain. Is there for them to talk nice, good policies, bring policies? There's no policy that I can defend NDC on. But I need a policy. What are the alternative policies? It's not just by math. Even now, there is something that NPP, I do not share same opinion with them. How can you bind a used car? How can you buy a used car from Abrochire? How can you do that? A 5-year used car or 10-year used car. How can you buy it? And if I do send a work gun on carbon. So this policy, what are the alternative policy NDC you can bring for some of us na yen work control? Your person edi bibi bano. Ubetimi edi esiwa maye. So okay, this is the alternatives. No. What is the alternative to this kind of inflation rising up here and there? What is your alternatives? We don't hear anything. All that we hear is rhetoric. The insult politics. That's all we're hearing. But I just want to, I buy the idea of Kennedy Agyapong that they're going to match them. Because so only obey your idea, na da you need to stand up against their nonsense, against their immoral behaviors. Listen to Kennedy Agyapong.
Esiedun Ketia ni Fifi Korte. Only a propagandist. And we will face them. I know they are assure you. We will face them. Yeah, because I want to be the trouble to me. So, bank be at your mommy account. Account number President Kufuor Breso. Bank save order. Yes, is Sika say the action. Fortunately, the media was catches. Yes, what I had a great bank, let those who chase again, but that bank, I mean, save what that. And you will be echo round. What you are saying. And this time,
we have to fight back and not sit there and say, oh, omudiasa. No, we are sir. A true man no down no correct.
Yeah.
So what you say. And I assure everybody not to panic. And sometimes wisdom is very, very important. Obi di buga. What if you nyansa baby tino? And so me koshia national executives and no.
Oh, party national.
Yeah, party national. Okay. Me, I like my things quietly.
I know.
I don't organize. I just working with few friends and visiting so say youth. They were very, very receptive. Okay. I think say they've done one unique thing. Ebebua party. Bringing government and party together.
Okay.
The closeness, encourage everybody to visit them, and they and I think say that they've done well.
Okay,
they've done well.
Okay,
and you're common. So and you see that everybody is trying to buy into that idea. We are visiting them one by one.
Yeah,
and then he said it will bring everybody on board. Me, I'm praying for unity. Say we have to be united. Let's support.
Okay.
Because the alternative yeah, the alternative is not good for us. And unity, Emra party. Whoever wins, we should all come together.
Okay.
I don't want a situation where we need national youth and they are not dinner temwa me. I don't believe in those things because we hear me do actually baby. Obana be kura when you want to defend you come but now okay. We don't want to do that. Okay. Fair campaign, fair election, whoever wins, Charlie, we have to support. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Because the alternative, I'm afraid. What you are saying? And NDC has a better solution. Me politics, about the situation we are in is just like President Kwapreso. A Juma Papa wo ye. It's now my NDC the propaganda. Ever say because you try President Kufuor system all cost 7 no and world crude oil prices across through. In Yoma Brocoso, Ghanaians never forgave us with all the good things the man did for Ghana. Now, as some American say, one year, Modern Sabe Gumti, and 1 year po na Ghana for a regret year. Now, Nansaya Yakwa Huchim, Kiasa me call US. Obi Baji Mike in Mekasa, or see one person bought President Kufuor Dinkra. I'm the Krachi. I will say it today, I will say it tomorrow, because if I don't mention President Akufo-Addo's name, it means I'm running away from the problem. Yeah. I'm running away from the problem. I disagree. Papa Bako de Obaino, only Kasa, and Nisa Okobabia, educated people never from me, say, Ma'am Akufo-Addo, and I'm saying, no. I want to call me kitchen. Now I'm called far tomatoes, fresh. Now the man said, tomatoes, you want to call Umedi. Osia wame obedi and I did tomatoes in a tree form. I didn't chew from and I'm the man said on ye noon or so Debbie or so I'm so good. Sapata Pena MPPT. So would the MPP Kosha got him? And yet now ma Ghana force Omunto. Asama Metro. That is why I always defend MPP party. Maybe I got you, Mecca. Maybe I idea so Mecca. Tinipa no bisa and so we are the first beneficiary of Akufo-Addo's generosity and vision. Free SHS. Every morning, the first call they get by 4 a.m. Now I'm 8. I want to pay school fees. Or none be school fees. All these, micro and sabi, maybe a Juma no money in Accra. My benefiting from free SHS. You know why? Because every year, I'm between not less than 500 students school fees. The fees are free SHS by Mintia. It means I have saved 500,000. Across board, thousand. It means every year we save 500,000 with the introduction of free SHS. And the so I benefited. And mommy save towards the university for no at the end. Oh, the papa back on the tomatoes near Asma catch them and say, Usha NDC for schools on the CC and say, please, wait a minute. And I'm a young group to our home pay, or say, how? So, but me the NDC schools whom I compare MPP. The only argument now, or educated person. So he went back to check. And then he called in the morning and said, sorry. As for education, buildings, I see them say, who you are. But say, who can say, Mammy, a kufuado one semono, and I'm telling you, you have this erroneous impression. Say, as someone can say, I would do for no I'm so penny. Where do you mean tea? Where do you mean tea? A dear MPP, I will not deny. Let me say, Missy Cash Bibri through depreciation of the city. What you say, and now it's coming up again. Which is a net temporary speculation. I will say that boldly, the president, the finance minister, the governor, they took so long coming out to assure Ghanaians. And in the mass speculation, of course, because they say, with the announcement of IMF money and everything, assuring Ghanaians, see how the money has dropped.
Is it report, Krauma can say, or more pegging 8 cedis per dollar for some time.
I said, don't be economics, and one was that because same way war. Virginia, say I'm pegging for some time.
I'm not pegging.
So I'm saying I ever prepare.
Yes.
Businessmen who not want their any projections.
To be any sort of the name of
Yada Kanofuriatani, President Yunasi, what they've done, at least signs of recovery is good for all of us. Until once again, I wish everybody Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year. Mamo Bia Yam Shishino say a CDU Ketiani 50 only a propagandist. And we will face them.
This is what I am bringing to you